Starbucks has $1.8 billion sitting on gift cards and app balances that customers have already paid for but haven't spent yet. That's an interest-free loan from millions of customers, and some of that money will never even get redeemed, which means it turns into pure profit. But here's the twist this video is really about. Even with that hidden cash machine running full speed, Starbucks just had one of its worst profit years in over a decade. Let's break down both halves of that story. Fiscal 2025 revenue for Starbucks came in at $37.2 billion, actually slightly higher than the year before, but operating profit collapsed to $2.94 billion, down from $5.41 billion in fiscal 2024. That's a nearly 46% drop in profit on revenue that barely moved. Net income fell right along with it, from $3.76 billion down to $1.86 billion. Operating margin went from 14.95% down to just 7.9%. Starbucks kept almost half as much of every dollar of sales as profit compared to the year before. So how does a company sell more coffee and make dramatically less money? And separately, how does the Bank of Starbucks gift card business actually work? Let's take them one at a time. Start with the money machine hiding inside every gift card and every dollar loaded onto the Starbucks app. When you load $25 onto your Starbucks card, Starbucks gets that $25 in cash immediately, but doesn't have to deliver a single coffee until you actually redeem it, sometimes months or years later. As of fiscal 2025, Starbucks was carrying $1.84 billion in unearned revenue from stored value cards on its balance sheet. Until that value is redeemed, it's essentially a zero-interest loan from tens of millions of customers, and Starbucks can use that cash however it wants in the meantime. Then there's breakage, the accounting term for value on cards that's never redeemed at all, because a card gets lost, forgotten, or the last $2 on it never gets spent. Public reporting has pegged Starbucks breakage revenue at over $200 million a year, money that shows up as pure recognized revenue with essentially no cost of goods attached, because no drink was ever made. Layer the Starbucks Rewards loyalty program on top. As of early 2025, Starbucks had roughly 34.6 million 90-day active rewards members in the U.S. alone, and those members were driving an estimated 59% of U.S. company-operated store sales. Rewards members reload their balances, order more often, and keep float sitting in the system continuously. It's a loyalty program, a marketing engine, and a financing tool all at once. Now the other half of the story. Why did fiscal 2025 profit fall off a cliff despite this engine still running? Look at the segments. North America operating income dropped from $5.36 billion in fiscal 2024 to just $3.16 billion in fiscal 2025. But the real shock is international. Operating income there collapsed from $1.05 billion down to just $5 million, a decline of roughly 99.5%. International operations essentially stopped contributing any profit at all in fiscal 2025.
The stored value and loyalty engine works because coffee is a habitual, small-ticket purchase, exactly the kind of spending people are happy to preload and forget about. Every reloaded card and every rewards point redemption keeps customers locked into ordering from Starbucks specifically instead of a competitor, while quietly generating float and breakage profit in the background, regardless of how the core store-level economics are doing that quarter. But that engine can't fully offset a real operating problem. Rising labor and input costs, heavy investment in store remodels and staffing under the company's ongoing turnaround plan, and, critically, a steep fall-off in international profitability, especially in markets like China facing intense local competition, all hit operating income directly. The gift card and loyalty business is a profit cushion, not a substitute for the core store economics actually working. In fiscal 2025, that cushion wasn't nearly enough. That's also exactly why Starbucks used its January 2026 Investor Day to announce a back-to-Starbucks turnaround plan with an explicit rewards program revamp, leaning even harder into the loyalty and stored value mechanics as one of the few profit levers still working while the company tries to fix everything else. Let's put all those numbers in one place. Fiscal 2025 revenue, $37.2 billion. Operating profit, $2.94 billion, down from $5.41 billion. Net income, $1.86 billion, down from $3.76 billion. Operating margin, 7.9%, down from 14.95%. North America operating income, $3.16 billion, down from $5.36 billion. International operating income, just $5 million, down from $1.05 billion, a 99.5% decline. Stored value card liability, $1.84 billion. Breakage revenue, over $200 million a year. And 34.6 million 90-day active rewards members, driving 59% of U.S. company-operated sales. Starbucks runs two businesses under one green logo. A coffee retailer whose profitability can swing hard with costs and competition, as fiscal 2025 just proved, and a stored value, loyalty-driven financing business that keeps generating float and breakage profit almost no matter what. The second business is why Starbucks stayed profitable at all through a genuinely rough year. It's a useful reminder that loyalty programs aren't just marketing. For a lot of consumer companies, they're a quiet, always-on profit center. If you want more of these "the real business isn't what you think" breakdowns, subscribe. Next up, we're looking at an airline where flying planes is almost a break-even side hustle compared to one specific partnership buried in its earnings report. Comment which retailer's loyalty program you want us to break down next.